Hello and welcome to Happy Foot, Sad Foot, your LAFC gateway drug. I'm Travis Helwig. Oh, you didn't unmute yourself, Darren.
Wow.
I had my finger on the button to unmute Darren, and I was like, maybe I should do it for him, but I'm sorry,
I
Darren,
gave
set you up to fail.
instructions.
You
I'm
did.
Darren Miller, and I'm going back on mute.
You did, and I wanted to back up my teammate, but instead I just wanted him to fail.
Instead, you took a big lob towards the goalie instead of passing for a third goal.
Yes.
I think the story so far of this show is shaping up to be individual play versus collective play.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
I think that's really what it's about this season so far.
Let me just stop you real quick. Let me just stop you really quick because I have an important question I need to ask right at the top of the show, guys.
I think I know what it is.
Are we back?
No.
No, we're not back. But boy, did it feel like a relief.
Yeah.
No, not quite.
No. I mean, I'll say this: we were there.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Whoa.
Before you go negative, I want to say I have a bunch of happy feet from this game.
I don't want to be. I don't think before you get into your happy feet, I want to reiterate it was short rest, a lot of changes, and I will commend the team for grinding out a result when we literally talked a couple days ago about how we were worried about their mentality, and the fact that they then let in a goal and make it a little bit nervy at the end and still get it. Like, it's not all great, so I can't say they're back, but some signs that are helpful in some of the questions that we had.
I just want to point out this incredible super chat right off the back from Mikey, 199. Are we back? Yeah, right. You took the words out of my mouth, Mikey. Thank you so much for asking. Here, obviously a lot of work to go before we could say we're back, but we have to at least say we're so back. But
I don't think we have to.
We
have to ask the question. I don't know if we have to say we are so back.
When we win, we're back, and when we lose, we're cooked, no matter what. No, when we lose, Dolo out, and when we win, we're back.
Those are not sure if you guys. We don't ever show this to you, but there's a secret super chat that comes in from LAFC when we win, and that goes straight to our bank account. So we have to say we're back when we win.
Yeah,
sorry guys.
And we have to be like, wow, these jerseys are great. I can't wait to buy my third.
Yeah. God, I love the half collar.
Okay, happy feet right off the bat, because I feel like it's been a long time since we've talked about happy feet on this show.
Yeah.
This was by far Olivier Giroud's best game for LAFC in terms of involvement, in terms of, like, I noticed him on the field. Okay, and Vince is about to tell me that he didn't do much and he missed goals. Do we
want to circle back to this? Do we want to save this, like, so you can get through your happy feet?
We should do the Giroud happy foot, and then later we'll do the Giroud sad foot.
My Giroud jersey, because I was so excited.
Appreciate that. We'll come back. Let's circle back to this. I want you to get through your happy feet without me shitting on them.
Giroud, obvious happy foot, didn't do a single thing wrong.
Or right.
That's true, but he did do things, and that's better than what he's done before.
Okay. Roll your happy feet. We're already doing it.
Okay. I will say number 2, Bouanga ends his goal drought with what I can only say was the most careful shot I've ever seen him take in his life. There was a moment in which the ball fell to his feet, and old Bouanga would have hit it as hard as he possibly could, and you saw him just like take a breath and go, I gotta fucking do this. And he
caressed that one, like guided it.
And it's worth saying, Flipgate still didn't flip. Didn't even seem all that happy about scoring after he scored.
Well,
I think he's got the flip dar in the right calibration right now.
Yes, a flip after that would have been bizarre. And then I think the biggest happy foot of all is the contribution of Miss Bones to the atmosphere of BMO Stadium by getting not once, but twice on the jumbotron, once before the game and once during the game, a sign that said, "What did Bruce Arena do?" And I have to tell you, I have a little inside information about what he might have done that has been sent my way that I will share at the end of the show.
Oh, wow.
Hollywood, baby. Hollywood. Any other happy feet? Oh, Sergi, obviously.
Yeah, I'll take one. The Sergi Bouanga blast. The Sergi surge.
Yeah.
The laser. A sniper. Our best strikers are our defenders.
Fullback. What did Kirk say? What did Kirk say about our fullback?
Oh no!
I don't want to do this episode.
Why are you so mad? I'm in a good mood. We're having fun.
I'm not mad, but we're like setting expectations in a weird spot. It's not like the fullbacks. I mean, they were interesting. I'll give them that. I
like the formation tonight. I had fun.
They were interesting in the fact that they didn't play traditional fullbacks. I think when they were like Sergi scores by coming inside. Ryan Hollingshead was inside of Bouanga a lot of time, providing like an extra midfielder. That was interesting. So to Kirk's point, like using your fullbacks, period, offensively is a good thing. But you can't be like, told them they should use the fullbacks, and Sergi, that was all like he was in the right place right now, and he put a really strong finish.
Yeah, popped out
I
right
think
to him.
Dolo listens to the show. He goes, I hadn't thought about that.
Oh, he definitely does.
Yeah,
I hadn't thought about that.
Who's this Kirk guy? He's got some great ideas.
He might be on the coaching staff by the end of the week. You never know.
I love his Dolo out idea.
Wait, this guy who hates me. I think I like this guy. Any other happy feet?
Hugo Lloris.
Yeah, Hugo was good.
So huge saves from him. We can't keep him out of the happy foot contention just because it's becoming so commonplace that he makes such big saves every game.
I should just mute myself.
You're saying, but Hugo actually sucked? Is
no,
that what
he
you're
didn't suck.
Back?
He didn't suck, but they did kick it right at him.
Okay, Vince, tell us how you're feeling. Tell us how you're feeling. Give it to us straight, dog, because I'm feeling good about this team for the first time in 4 days, and I need to hear from the horse's
4 days,
mouth.
more than that.
It's an improvement, but not by a lot. But yes. I honestly, and when I say that though, I honestly don't know what I really would have expected different from this game. After the letdown in Miami, like this is exactly what you needed to do. Just grind out a win, get the 3 points. It doesn't matter. Forget it all. Get into 100%. Training. Get into training.
The
next
ceiling
week.
for this game was not sky high.
Yeah, I just, and I'm not trying to be a dick. It's just I saw some things happening. Like I even wrote literally the first big save. I think it was like in the 13th minute. I wrote like Lloris big save, and then I watched the replay. I was like, okay, he was
save.
He was there. He was there, and I'm thankful he was there. Don't get me wrong.
Me putting him as a happy foot. I'm referring to I would say there was at least a handful of those. So give me one of them.
I mean, compared to him dropping the ball to someone's feet against San Diego and then completely.
No, you know what, Vince? You're
becoming a ghost.
Right. That is honestly the entire story of this game, of Lloris, of Giroud, of Bouanga. We have yet to clear such a low bar. And on all of those fronts, we did. And you kind of have to be both happy about that and truly depressed about that. Like there's something so pathetic about how low the bar is in particular instances. But you have to admit that we did clear it, and that is a step forward. And it's like, it's very sad that that's the case, but it is, I think.
They finally did some of the things that we've been clamoring for them to do. And not all of that has been their fault throughout the entire season. I want to like tamper down some of the like, oh my God, that was amazing. And then it's like, it was good.
Because you don't want you don't want the pendulum of expectations to swing too far in the wrong direction.
Yeah, because next week, if we don't win the game, it's the three of us having to be up here again and everyone being like, what the fuck? You told me.
You said
I don't think anyone thinks I actually think we're back, right? I think everyone gets the joke. I just feel like
clip it.
I just think like, I mean, I said this in the Discord. I was like I would say halfway through the first half, I'm like, I don't mind how we're playing. And then 10 minutes into the second half, I was like, okay, I hate this game. I'm really not enjoying this game. I think we look incredibly sloppy and imprecise. And both of our goals were pretty lucky, right? We missed shots and then we got rebounds. But I will take a sloppy win at this point in the season where we can't get wins, especially on tired legs. And also just like, I want to have fun.
Yeah. No, I get you. Like that, like the vibes are, it's nice. It's nice to actually feel like there are any kind of vibes. And like the team was not getting in games like this, was not getting any breaks, was not creating any breaks, was just putting their heads down. I like the way they play. It's funny because I thought that they were a little bit better in the first half than they were in the second half, despite getting the goals. And then really what happened was, and the goal that Espinoza scores, I think, is a little bit of an anomaly. It's a little bit of a fluke. It's just kind of a scramble. I mean, he doesn't use his left foot ever. Finally decided to use his left foot. I don't think Lloris was even ready for him to use his left foot.
It got a deflection from Sergi or from Segura as well.
Right. And it's just like one of those random moments. You wish they would have got out of there with a 2-0 win. But really, I think the biggest thing, and maybe the biggest happy foot, is like they got the first goal. Like, just if this team continues to get the first goal, and I know we've talked about it, they have not been able to come back. We'd love to see them be able to come back, but I don't care as long as they're leading games. Just get the first goal, because once they got that first goal against the run of play, and then once they got that first goal, it seemed like it was all LAFC until the little bit of a fluky moment when San Jose scored. But like LAFC, 2 goals, probably should have 3, maybe 4 in the game. They should have been really clear of that game. Like they really were starting to put on the pressure and starting to look fun. Like it looked like they were like, oh, look, we can do this again. And let's also be fun.
Yeah.
After we literally sat through 60 odd minutes of just like, I want to win this game, but do I even want to watch this game? It was tough. Yeah.
It felt like a lot of they were throwing a lot of spaghetti at the wall, which was exciting because it was this weird combination of like, finally they're throwing spaghetti at the wall, but also it's weird that they're rusty at throwing spaghetti at the wall.
Well, I can tell you exactly.
It's like it's chaotic, it's sloppy.
It's really hard to hold spaghetti. It's not easy. And if you're
just
not used to throwing,
and it's like you got to get past the brainstorming phase, guys. You got to have the actual good ideas at this point.
I mean, you could and they touched about it on a little bit on the broadcast. Like you could tell what LAFC's game plan was, and short notice and a lot of changes. It was, if San Jose is going to go 3 in the back, we've got 3 up top. Let's get the ball to the 3, and we trust our 3 versus their 3. And it made sense because, look, as good as San Jose has been offensively, they're also one of the worst defensive teams, especially in giving up sheer chances, not just the goals conceded, but chances. So I think the coaching staff looked at it and said, okay, let's be solid in the back, but when we win the ball, let's go direct. Let's get it right to our 3 and see what those 3 can do against their 3, because they're prone to make mistakes. It didn't necessarily... The game plan didn't necessarily go that entire way, but you could see the thinking, you could see the plan, and I thought it made sense. It wasn't the most coherent. It's not the most beautiful football. It's like watching dudes play basketball at the park. It's just 3v3. Like, let's see what happens.
We're like a really good LA Fitness team.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Is our guys better than their guys? Yeah, we think our guys are better than their guys. Let's see if they can get out and run. And so that gives you a choppy game. It's not the beautiful game by any...
It was not the beautiful game.
Yeah.
But so that happens all the time. You're in the park and you're like, God, these guys at this pickup game are actually really good.
It's really humbling the first time you play pickup basketball and like a man in his 50s in jean shorts just fucking destroys you. Like it is one of the worst feelings where you're like, I just graduated college. I know I could play against these old men. And they maybe this has only happened to me, but a man in his 50s in jean shorts destroyed me.
I mean, I was talking about soccer.
That could have been Joseph Martinez today, but it didn't go that way for us.
It didn't happen,
thankfully.
yeah.
So
let's get to a couple more. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, there's a couple things you can go ahead, Darren, because some of the super chats bring up some.
Oh, good. I just want to get through a couple before and then we've got callers later. I think, did we miss this first from William Lamb? Thank you. He says, welcome back, goalmaker D. Bouanga.
I would say that was a Bouanga trickle and not a Bouanga blast.
Not quite a blast.
It was a Bouanga breath. There was a
crest. Just a slight.
It just was
Bouanga
so
breath
funny
is good because it's like signs of life.
Yeah, he like gasped for air. He was underwater for a long time, and he just gasped for air and got pulled back under, and we'll see if he survived.
It was almost a Bouanga sigh, honestly. Like his reaction to the goal was like, well, I guess I did it.
It was a good indication, though, that we're right, that he's just really fucking mad at himself.
Yeah.
Right?
I will say this. We have often commented, like, where's that man's soccer IQ? I think that celebration showed it's the highest it's ever been, because he realized I didn't do much here. and
Yeah.
I
He's
reading the
deserve
room.
flip. He understood. He understood the soccer IQ high level there.
YouTube user, thank you so much for sticker. I think it's a sticker.
Yes!
Those don't come through on StreamYard. We'll check it out after. I think
YouTube user, thanks. I never thought I'd meet YouTube user. This is incredible.
It's the YouTube user.
Wow.
That's
Yeah, thank you so much.
What do you want to say?
How do they even send money if they don't have a username?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I hope
I guess we'll
knows?
find out.
Okay.
Oh, so hold on. No, I want to talk about a few more things before we bring in callers because I do.
Do we want lobbing scorchers in on this yet?
No, not yet. I don't.
Here's a taste.
Here's what I'll say. I saw a super chat that mentioned what I wanted to bring up, and I didn't want to. Okay, here from Lisa Kushida. Sad foot Chanot injury. Maxime Chanot, I thought, played a pretty good game. It was nice to have him back and to see him be vocal. He just was out for 2.5 months with a concussion. He's back for 60 minutes and now is back out with a head injury. And it's clear he couldn't. He sat down after the goal and indicated like something's wrong. Mm-hmm. That is a very bad sign.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
He also showed Bouanga ask him what's up, and he pointed to his head.
Yeah, I've had concussion. I've had a couple concussions in my life, and the more you get, the much worse it goes. And like the smallest head injury can really exacerbate it, and it lingers in ways that are hard to describe. Where you just like have headaches and you can't see straight, and sometimes you just feel like fucking depressed. Like you just feel off from these, and so it was such a great
train.
Yeah. So it's, I would say, massive sad foot is that unless Chanot just got nervous, we're not going to see him again for a while. They're not going to take any chances with a person who, it seems clear that he knows how serious this is, right? Like if he wants to take himself out of the game for what was minor head contact, was not major head contact that he had.
Yep. I mean, I think that's some of the things that people don't understand with concussions. It doesn't always have to be it just has to jar you and hit you in a way. But Travis, to your point, when you've had one, you're much more susceptible to having reoccurring symptoms or it just, and when you're older too, like it's not good. I mean, I think why we're kind of sullen in this is like we're talking about him more as like a person. It's not going to be good for him as a person first, and then soccer player second.
Yeah, and I think the fact that he wanted himself out is scary, right? Because what we know of Maxime Chanot is someone who's determined to play, who is a vocal player and a strong player, and for him to be gone as long as he's been gone, and this to have happened so soon, and him to try to keep going and take himself out indicates that symptoms returned tonight for whatever the symptoms were. And they're not going to just throw him back in the fire. So I think we should get used to Segura, Long, Marlon as our three that we're going to have for a while. I would love to be wrong, begging to be wrong, because Maxime Chanot, I think, was our strongest defender last year. But you don't want a guy's brain to not work anymore. So he's got to do what he's got to do. Any other happy feet or sad foot that we have before we want to bring on our callers? Oh, we have more super chats, but we can go through them as we go.
Yeah, let's get to, there's people who've been waiting. Let's get to some callers, and then I've got a couple. No, I think I got through everything I had.
Darren, I sent you a text. Darren, I sent you an important text just so you know.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right, let's bring on our first caller. LAFC Luke, welcome to the show. LAFC Luke, I assume you're in the passenger seat.
I am.
Okay, great. Hi, husband. Any happy feet or sad feet from this match?
Well, I mean, obviously you talk about Chanot, and I actually would just know, like, we're from where we sit in the southwest corner when that head injury happened. I heard it.
Oh, really? So it was serious.
Like broadcast, but I was like, like you heard like a crack sound, and it was like terrifying. So
okay,
God. Oh boy.
Okay.
It looked minor on the broadcast, so that changes it a lot, right?
I don't know. I heard something, and it was like it was definitely a sound where I was like, that doesn't sound good. So I think my biggest sad foot is Drew Fisher. I can't stand that referee. I cannot stand that referee. How did we have 12 minutes of stoppage in the second half? What the was that about?
Well, there were 3 head injuries in the second half where they had to take people off, and a pitch invader during the 10 minutes. So that's what the time was.
Also, they probably should have had more extra time than they did in the first half. Yeah.
First half should have been like 7 or 8 minutes. Second half maybe 5. Whatever. I was just like, oh my god, this game's never gonna end. I think I'm just gonna put a little respect on the name again, but Nathan Ordaz. I know he had a really sloppy touch there in the second half right before they pulled him off, but that kid, like, he nearly had that like banger in the first half, which just barely went wide of the goal. He was playing really well out there. He was distributing great. I don't think
it's wrong to say he's been our best player this season. He's been really, really consistent.
That's crazy.
I mean, outside of like Hugo and maybe Palencia,
at the very least. Luke, you came in hot with a pro Nathan Ordaz take very early in the season, and I think that take has aged far better than many people expected.
Yeah,
that's the least we can say.
I distinctly recall, Darren, another caller into the show saying I'd been dropped on my head for saying that, and I'm just gonna.
Well, you don't have to. That was Jeff Talk. I'm pretty sure we can name names.
Not naming names because I don't do that to other callers. I don't call out other callers.
Yeah. That's why. I'm not.
Callers need to have each other's backs.
You name names if you're Jeff Talk. If it's Jeff Talk.
So look, my other happy. Apparently, my husband and I were on the broadcast. That's great. Look, I don't care if we're back. This is San Jose. It's always sort of like, Are they any good? I mean, they were good, then they're not good, but then they just had a really good...
They won a rivalry so bad.
No, they're really good. This was a real test.
Don't give it to them.
They're ultras, all 100 of them were there, so that was good for them, I guess.
Yeah.
It's kind of a sad...
I saw that sign. Did you see the sign they brought?
Yeah, they bring it every game. They bring it every time. Yeah,
the same one?
No. They change it, but it's always like drawn with a Sharpie.
What I saw on Twitter was that they brought a sign that was making fun of our attendance not being good when the attendance was good and their attendance is terrible.
They lack a whole side of their stadium. Like, stadium
don't need it.
It's U-shaped.
Poor guys.
We're in a spot with my signal, so I'm going to go, but hold on.
Hey, Vince, explain the foul continuation play, offside. Oh, no, we're going to give you the free kick. What the fuck was that, Drew Fisher?
That was him being like, oh, oops, wait. Well, this is the least worst thing that we could do. I don't think he knew how to restart the play there.
That's so funny. There is no actual explanation.
Yeah,
his signal went out as we were talking. But thanks for calling, Vince. We got a couple more super chats I want to get through as well. One thing I do want to say about Nathan Ordaz while we're talking about him, it wasn't Max. I don't know who was on the broadcast with Max. Do you guys know?
It's Max and Brian Dunseth.
Okay.
General, crew.
He said that LAFC has a generational talent with Nathan Ordaz, and it made me laugh out loud. Like, just don't use you. He's real. I just said he's probably better best player. Don't call him a generational talent.
Yeah, he's been good.
Well, I mean, he's of a different generation than most of the players. Is that maybe?
Yeah, I mean, he's younger.
He's just in the younger generation.
I specifically have gotten flack from people that are like, you didn't believe in Nathan Ordaz, and I was like, I was just saying he to be a peak player and a starter, he needs to bring more and be more consistent.
And then he did.
Brian Dunseth took it the complete other direction and was like, this is Pele. Like, you're watching Pele right now. So let's just enjoy it. He out with the Messi in with Ordaz.
We thought when we were getting Giroud that we'd get Giroud, and we didn't get Giroud, but we did get Giroud. It just wasn't Giroud.
Yeah, Giroud, Gabriel Martinez, and Under have all been called the next Messi, but we know who it really is.
We know who it really is. Yep.
A couple more super chats before we bring on our next caller. Lobbing Scorchers, $4.99. Lobbing Scorchers.
Yes,
thank
this
you
is
so
what I was
much for
talking
the
about
super
earlier.
chat. Travis didn't lose his house in the fire, but he's going to lose it paying all these protesters. The protesters he meant, I think, was Miss Bones getting the sign on the thing.
Mhm.
And I'll say, I didn't say this before. I paid Miss Bones the $200 that I accidentally offered for this. And Miss Bones very nicely asked me what my favorite charity was. And I said the National Immigration Law Center. And she donated the $200 that I gave to her to my favorite charity. So Miss Bones not only got the sign on there twice, which now someone posted to Reddit and is on the front page of Reddit.
Yes.
And my favorite
Front page of Reddit or like MLS?
Sorry, front page of MLS Reddit.
Okay.
Yeah, front page of Reddit. It's like a
The
polar
only
bear
Reddit that
going
matters
down
to
a
us.
slide. Yeah. And I meant the main MLS channel, not just the LAFC channel.
Yeah, I got it.
Also in that Reddit channel, there were commenters from Cincinnati and from Miami who knew about our request from the podcast. I'm like, do other teams' fans listen to this show? That's cool. Yeah, we're growing the game,
Welcome.
people. And the other thing I want to say to this comment is that I did lose my house in the fire.
You did lose a house in a fire, yeah.
Yeah, just not the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not it's an A.
Travis does deserve whatever sympathy is earned from that.
I have lost my house in a fire,
Yeah.
but just not this one. So
Yeah.
you're wrong by all accounts.
At a more formative point in one's life, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
So I just want to say Ari and the other one whose name I refuse to say, the Noah, of course. I just want to say I don't have any photos of myself as a child, and I want you to think about that as you watch this show. Another super chat, Lisa Kushida. Miss Bones, star. Also, Sergi first goal. Sergi's first goal.
First MLS goal.
And
Incredible.
boy, was it a good one.
Incredible.
Strong finish.
Heidi, $10. I'm happy. Take my money for Travis's Miss Bones fund. Again, went straight to the National Immigration Law Center. Thank you again to Miss Bones for
more like
passing
Miss
it
Hart,
along.
if you ask me, Travis.
Whoa, Miss Organs. Nope, that doesn't work. That one don't work. Thank you so much, Heidi and Lisa, for those super chats. We'll do one more before we bring in our next caller. From Daniel, thank you so much for the super chat. Klopp in, Zidane in, Vince in, Pep in, Xavi in. How do you say that? I've always wondered how to say that. Xavi. Yeah, I would say Vince first. Vince is probably the most likely of those five.
Vince is realistic on that list.
I will assume the role of head coach, and all of those men, I'm sure, will be happy to coach underneath me. I will direct them, and I will steward them, and I will lead this team.
That's what I was going to say too. Vince is more realistic, and the other guys seem like good fits for assistant.
I'll tell
roles.
you what. When I do get hired as LAFC head coach, they'll be my first calls.
Yeah.
So good call.
That's helpful. That's how we know that your head is in the right place.
And that's what we call transparency, and that's all people really want from LAFC.
So now we have, he's been waiting for a bit. I want to bring him on. Paulie on the E-line. Welcome to the show.
Paulie, thank you for waiting.
No problem.
You're not on the E-line anymore.
No, I got off. So
any happy feet or sad feet?
Okay, so happy foot. I like the San Jose fans. I love them. They're so weird. They're very aggressive. Every year they come, they scream "fuck that bird" and stuff, and they have the thing. And I'm like, I forget. I guess we're rivals. It's just funny.
No, we're not. We're not. We don't care.
No, it's the Mad Men meme.
Well, they definitely think we are. So also happy. So it's very cold, so I had a bunch of beer at the stadium.
I would say today was a famously warm day, but go ahead.
No.
It did get cold. It cooled off a lot.
It cooled off a lot. And I
Not
didn't
that
bring
you
a
need
sweater.
an excuse to drink beer at the stadium. It's okay.
You took the E-line.
You're walking.
I took the
You're
E-line,
responsible.
of course. Let's see. Other heavy foot. Did anyone else kind of like Giroud today? He had some.
Some did. Some of us did.
Some did.
Here's what I liked about Giroud today. He was involved in the play, and that hasn't happened yet. before for him in
Finally.
LAFC.
I saw him actually run like
He
twice,
ran a lot.
maybe 3 times.
It's a low
He
bar.
played
Yeah,
some
and-
defense.
Yeah, the bar's really low. Yes, absolutely it is.
And he had
I
a
mean-
shot that almost kind
Oh my
of
God.
went in.
Also, no, I will say he legitimately did contribute to that last goal.
Yeah, for sure.
He did.
No, of course. But like he could
Okay,
have
well,
taken
that
it.
is
He could
more
have
than you
taken
can
it.
say for any other game he's played with us except for one in
we've
League
danced
Cup.
around it. We've danced around
Sorry,
it.
go
Vince,
ahead.
Vince, tell us your Giroud take.
He was involved. Like he was actually like actively wanting to be involved. That's great. But
Yeah.
he's a DP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to clap a man that's making millions of dollars for like wanting to touch the ball. And
Wow.
most of
Now
his
we're coming
touches-
after millionaires.
Sorry.
What's next?
Well,
Vince, are you aware this man was robbed?
yes,
just-
I am.
just my point of view on this is just like in a world where he does finally bring it, like, aren't there going to be in between games where like he like gradually gets there? Not obviously we don't want it to be too gradual, but it's not. He's not
Yeah.
gonna like. It'd
My
be really
comeback would
fucking
be
weird
well,
if he
now
flipped
we're
the
like
switch
still
and was
5
suddenly
or 6
amazing.
games away from him actually doing something is
Yeah.
terrifying. I mean, a lot of touches in the defense.
Don't we have to accept that?
Yes and no. I mean, a lot of the touches he had were long balls played to him, and that's not his fault. Like this LAFC still doesn't really know what to do with him, but like it came to that moment, and yes, at the end of the day, he contributes by taking a good shot. But like a confident Giroud takes another touch and just fucking buries
Yes.
that.
If he took one
Of
more touch,
course.
it would have been much easier to
But
score
he was
that
at
goal.
0 up until
Yeah.
this game, so he's not going to be at 100 in the next game. If
Sorry,
he,
Paulie.
like,
You
sorry, go
called
ahead.
in and we all took over. Go ahead, Paulie.
It's
Paul, you wanna
okay.
moderate this
Well,
debate?
I don't know. Millionaires, yeah, fuck them. And
Bernie's
Winner.
at Coachella.
yeah, and although that their keeper, not Daniel, the one they brought in after Daniel hurt himself, kind of, but not really. Which is also Giroud, so that's another contribution. That save was pretty good.
He did cleat that man on the head. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something.
I'm right behind that goal, and it's like it was a scrape. And you know, we've all had head injuries. You bleed a lot. There was not a drop of blood. Like he didn't get touched, but whatever.
He just
Well,
wanted to go out in LA.
He came out of the game with a concussion, and it was the independent doctor that forced him out. So he did get a legit
Oh.
concussion. Yeah.
Listen, the bar was low for Giroud, and so was the other keeper's head.
He was tired.
Jeez.
He cleared
Any-
both. Well,
Paulie,
he
any
barely
other Happy
cleared both,
Feeders
but not
head?
really.
Okay, let's see. My last happy foot is Ollie going rogue again.
Okay, what happened?
This is a great
people have been
happy foot,
talking
thank
about
you.
We
that.
weren't there.
What happened?
You gotta give us a play by play.
She did like she went really really high, and then I kid you not, like 8 or 9 laps around the stadium. I was actually getting nervous because she was kind of like getting really close to the lights and really close to like, and it was cool because she flew over like everybody, and you could see the trainer was kind of just like doing his little swirly thing. He's like, "Come on, come on," and she was like, "Nah, fuck it, I'm just gonna keep going, keep going."
It was a beautiful day. She wanted
It was
to be
a
out
great
there.
day. And then also when she did do her dive, she just nailed that thing. So it was cool because it sucks, you know, when she dives and like hits the string or whatever.
She didn't do this for the old Falconer, and I just want to say that. I think she likes the old Falconer more. And I think it's worth bringing
Isn't it
up.
the Falconer's dad is the old Falconer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
Falconer's
aren't
son.
they
This is a
like-
Nepo Falconer. And
It's
Hey,
LA.
they work
That's
hard,
like
okay?
How
that's
else-
just being
how
part
else
of the
do you become-
community.
Yeah, how else do you become a
Ne- ne-
falconer?
Nepo people work hard, okay?
Yeah.
Like just remember that. Unlike all of us.
yeah,
but that's
all
it.
right.
And then sad. Yeah. Okay.
no, go ahead. Go
sorry.
ahead.
Sadfoot. I miss Chicho, man. I want him back. I miss him so
His
much.
hair looks bad. His hair is worse than it was.
It's worse than it was, but it still looks fast, and I like him.
Wait.
And,
Wait, he looks fast.
what? No, his hair looks fast. His hair
Oh,
is
okay.
like slicked
'Cause
back.
the rest of his body
Yeah.
don't look fast.
I miss him. I want that. I want someone with that piss and vinegar on our team again.
Yeah,
That's
I
like
hear you.
talking shit.
Well, that's
Although we
Nathan
have
Ordaz,
Ordaz,
baby.
you know?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
need Nathan
that's
Ordaz
nice.
to put some muscle on that bone.
Oh.
All right.
Can I
Paulie,
throw
thank you
one
so
more?
Oh, go ahead.
One more?
Go ahead.
No?
Go.
Okay,
Go.
my really fast is we had like all 4 of the SoCal kids on the pitch in the starting 11 today. Like we had Hollingshead, we had Long. We had Delgado and we had Ordaz, dude. We had Pomona, we had the Valley, we had Santa Barbara, we had the High Desert. Hell yeah. Love to see
Block by
it.
block, baby.
Hell yeah.
Block by block. And
All
we won.
homegrown
All right.
players, literally. All right.
Sure.
We love
All
you,
right.
Paulie.
Have
Thanks.
a good night.
Thanks for
Take
calling,
care.
man.
All right. The reason I wanted to get rid of Paulie, because I love Paulie, that was great. But we have a celebrity on the line joining us next.
A true celebrity.
A true celebrity. She was the star of the show, front page of Reddit. Please welcome to the show, Miss Bones. Miss Bones, thank you. Walk us through your epic triumph.
Wait,
tonight.
where's the sign? Did you give it away as
No,
like a
are you
souvenir?
kidding? I'm keeping
Oh,
it forever. It's right here.
You got to frame it.
Here's the
Nice.
sign.
I
my
didn't know.
goodness.
I thought maybe you gave it. I thought maybe the fans tried to swarm you and take it.
Did you get?
Because
No,
it's
but
such
I almost got it signed by Aaron Long. I was
Oh,
so close.
that would have been awesome.
Aaron Long has Aaron Long played for Bruce Arena at some point?
No, I don't know. But he came over to our section. We're in section
I feel
111.
like
and
maybe.
we were so close to getting it signed.
Oh my god, that'd have been amazing.
So walk us through your tactics, the reaction.
Yeah.
Have you got an agent?
Not yet. Can you hook me up?
Yeah, I'll hook you up.
Okay, great.
We need to put a reel together for the jumbotron appearances.
The
Wait,
speed
what
in
does
which-
an agent for holding a sign up do? Does it get you
They
the
take
job on the corner
10%.
with the spinners?
Yeah, it's a spinner thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure I understand this.
Walk us through your process. How did you know the camera was on you?
Well, listen. I have my wily ways, right? Like I know how to get on the jumbotron. You wear the bone suit and you get up there.
Yeah.
And so I had a pretty good chance of getting up there, and I did my hair really nice.
It looks great.
I really tried. I put some extra effort into the look. I may have an inside connection with a jumbotron person.
So this is
So
a
I put in
long-term
effort,
process. This is like
I
an
put-
Ocean's 11 situation.
It was really touch and go. I didn't know if it was going to happen, but I showed up extra early, and I put in the effort. I was dancing, I was jumping around, getting their attention, and
I can't tell you how much it meant to me that you
Yeah,
got up
this was
there.
huge. This was absolutely
it's
huge.
a lifelong dream of mine. So I appreciate the effort and that you got on not only once but twice. And after you received your reward, which you earned, which I for some reason had to give $200 for, you then donated that money to my favorite charity, the National Immigration Law Center. So thank you so much for doing that.
Of course.
Any other happy feet or sad feet outside of your triumph tonight?
My happy foot is watching Palencia play. I pronounced it correctly. Palencia was so fun to watch. He was super fun, really exciting to watch today. I don't really have a sad foot. It was just all around. It was such good vibes in the stadium. I wish you guys were there.
Oh,
Our
good.
section was packed out. It was so fun. Everybody was just having a great time. So shout out 111. Best section to be in.
It was a funny time for San Jose to have a sign that says your fans don't show up, because the stadium was packed like from the beginning tonight. It was a very good crowd, and the 3252 was loud. Thanks again, Miss Bones. And again, and her accomplice, thank you so
Here's
much for your help.
Yeah, Baby
So-
Bones was a
Great
big
work.
help in getting the sign up on the jumbotron.
So did you get on and then he handed you the sign? Is that how it worked? Go ahead.
They only put the sign up because I was there.
Oh,
You get the money. She took the money
the
away from you.
honeypot.
She owes you
Yeah.
$200.
Could have been $200
That's
in
a
your
classic
pocket.
move.
Oh,
Oh, my
as soon as we got up
goodness.
there, he's like, "We're rich."
Yes.
Oh man.
Well, thanks again for everything, and we'll talk to you soon.
Anytime.
All right. We got some more super chats we haven't gotten through.
Oh my goodness.
Where
are we?
How do I find them? Here we go.
Lisa Heidi?
Uh,
No.
This is the
Lisa
next
again?
one. Adam for
Yes.
$4.99, going to donate to the National Immigration Law Center in tribute to the heroics of Miss Bones, and it's an important cause. Also, are we back? Thank you so much for the super chat. I think we talked about all this stuff. Actually, that would be great. Everyone go donate to my favorite charity in honor of Miss Bones' work. That would be wonderful. I saw this comment. It's not a super chat, but I did not see this. Did anyone catch the shot of Lloris arguing with Dolo after the game? Did anyone see this?
Mm-mm.
I didn't see this.
Let us know in the chat what this was, if it was anything, because I was rushing down to get to my computer. Next super chat, Daniel. Thank you so much, Daniel. Vince in for head of LAFC scouting department. What do you think about that, Vince?
That would be pretty funny. I don't know.
You could like go to Europe,
Yeah, I'd be down.
Central America. Where would you want to scout?
Ooh,
Travis.
I
Is it not Italy?
Yeah, well,
He's been there. He's been there.
But it's you know what? It's hard to find the town in Italy. It's known,
pretty well.
right? Yeah, it's pretty
you gotta be the sneaky guy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I got
Or
you.
maybe send me out to like Japan or somewhere like that where like there's not a lot of talent, but there's like it's a fun place to be. I'd be down.
Vince is out there getting those discovery rights.
Find some
Yeah.
diamonds.
People.
Yeah.
That's right.
This is from LAFC Vet. I think Vince got into Darren's Lexapro stash. This is when Vince was upset at the beginning of the game. I'll say this: Lexapro makes you not upset.
Yeah.
So I don't think we need to give him the Lexapro.
Yeah,
We're not
actually,
doing this.
could you?
This
And
is
also,
not right.
I'm
Yeah.
the one on Lexapro.
Yeah,
Darren's
I'm not on Lexapro.
So Vince, if you
I'm
want
not raw dogging
Lexapro,
it either.
Yeah, if you
but-
could, yeah, you know where I am.
it does make you gain weight, and I will
Ooh.
say Lexapro is not like a fun one.
Let's
it's
talk about
just
this.
an SSRI. Like I could give you Klonopin. That's a fun one.
Oh yeah, let's get the
Yeah.
good stuff.
I can give you that, but Lexapro is going to do nothing. Like you have to take it for like 2 months for it to you.
What
like,
makes
to
it-
mellow
what-
out.
You
What
had
makes a
me at,
prescription-
gain weight, and I was like, nah, not worth it.
Yeah.
What makes a
Well, you
prescription
go on
fun?
and then you have Mounjaro to balance it out. The
Wait, is there
what
something
makes it-
called Mounjaro?
Mounjaro is like Ozempic. Yeah,
It's like Ozempic, but better.
What a fucking name, Mounjaro.
yeah, Mounjaro.
Vince, there's no names left.
That's true.
They've used all the names.
That is
Oh,
true.
they're
They're just
actually
like
Mounjaro-
phonetic sounds now.
I do wonder
just a
this, like how they
Pokemon.
come up with this. Oh, let's play
Mounjaro-
Pokemon or SSRI.
It's like Blurgs.
Darren, you said what makes a prescription drug fun? Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Like, what are the things you're looking for?
It tells me you haven't taken a good prescription drug in your life.
I take a prescription drug that just makes me like I can think straight. I'm normal.
You take a fun prescription drug every
but
day.
it
take
makes him
Adderall.
normal. The
Yeah,
rest
but I
of us
need
would have
it.
fun on it.
Right.
Oh,
But
so
that's
but that's what I'm saying. In my mind, that a prescription
Okay.
drug like Adderall is fun for people who don't need it.
Yes.
But take-
For me,
take
it's like,
more-
I'm like normal finally.
Take
So
I
more.
some
can think
people-
straight.
Yeah, take more, Darren. Or some people need fentanyl after an injury, right?
Oh,
But the people who
okay.
take it enjoy fentanyl.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
do fentanyl.
okay.
I'll say that off the top. Don't do fentanyl.
What's what were you saying? What Klonopin? What is Klonopin? Is it
Klonopin's just like a Xanax. It's like a different type
oh,
of
okay.
Xanax. And then like they
I
have
have a lot
on
to
the
learn.
White Lotus, lorazepam,
Lorazepam.
which is Ativan, which is a less of a high that lasts long. I know all the anti-anxiety stuff.
Wow.
Mm.
Well, we had some
Save
more
it for the
super
end of
chats.
the show.
And don't forget, everyone.
Consult your doctor before using any of these.
Yeah,
drugs.
don't. Also, if you're listening, don't do prescription drugs.
If you're listening, do all of these. Don't consult the doctor. Get it on the black market.
Never
you know
take
what to do.
those medicines while you're drinking. I'll tell you that for sure. Also, just a reminder, gonna say what I've learned about Bruce Arena at the end of the show.
coming up
Stay
soon.
tuned.
Coming up. Stay tuned. I've learned some details about what he did.
Pop those pills and stay in the chat, folks.
YouTube user, our favorite commenter is back. $4.99. Thank you so much. F_me, attempt number 2, Palencia night. Yep, we talked about it already, but yeah, Sergi had an incredible goal. And thank you for the 2 super chats, YouTube user. I'm so happy we met the very first one.
The YouTube user, incredible.
Daniel says, at least Drew Fisher is not Ted Uncle. Thank you for the super chat.
Low bar,
Yeah.
but
It's a low bar. And again, I would say this is true across all sports. If you know the name of the ref, you're in for a bad night.
Yeah.
You just shouldn't know they shouldn't exist
Yeah.
in your brain. Right. Lisa says lapping scorchers in the chat being awesome. I agree to disagree, Lisa, but thank you so much. For Luke 199 Vince, please say why the ref called the offside back. I think he did when you called. Did you not hear it?
That happened before. I mean, I think they cut out maybe.
Realistically, I think the foul happens before the offside. So
wait, he's here. He's back. Let's bring him on.
You roll it back, but he might also
Luke,
just be making it up.
So did you not hear the answer?
No, I did. So like what was weird was that like they got, it was offside, right? But then he was like, all right, we're going to go back to the foul. But it's like, no, you gave him the play on and it went offside. And so now it's offside.
Well, that's why I was saying like, he's just like, oh shit, what do I do here? Like, you know what the easiest thing to do for him instead of having to go to VAR? Because there was a possibility he could have gone to VAR, right? He's like, fuck it, it's a foul. And then it's over from there. There's no checking that.
Oh. So it was to our advantage.
It was to our advantage, but yeah, look, I've been a referee. They tell you there's some little wily tricks where like there's some gray areas here, and basically you can do some things where like people can't really question what you decided. And I think he was kind of like, well, I don't want to deal with this. There's the foul. We no longer can review this. Let's move forward.
Oh, okay. Maybe Drew Fisher's an athlete's foot.
I mean, he's not my
okay. First of the season.
He's not my favorite ref, but I thought he had an okay-ish game.
Hey, tell us in the chat, folks, if he's your favorite ref. If Drew Fisher is anyone's favorite ref, I want to know.
Start shouting out your favorite refs. Let's go.
Tell us your favorite ref. Does anyone have a favorite ref?
I'm so happy they're not striking anymore, so we don't have to pretend like we like the refs anymore.
All right, well, I'm staying put to find out what you know about.
It's a
as
tease.
Everyone should.
As you just stick around to the end of the show. Send a super chat if you want me to tell you.
Oh, come on.
Thank you, Luke. Another super chat from Alberto. This one, I don't like this one, Alberto. If Vince saw a firefighter saving someone from a burning building tonight, he'd say, fuck him. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's no hero. Sad foot Vince's negativity tonight.
Wow.
Okay,
wow.
I'm going to speak for Vince
if that
here.
firefighter was getting paid $12 million a year and was like a DP firefighter, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah,
listen,
DP.
I cannot believe this comment because it is so funny how the chat is
this
usually
a GAM
like
firefighter or a DP firefighter we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how the chat is usually like, fuck Vince for being positive when everyone else is being negative. And then this happened.
I can't win.
I cannot believe it.
I'm going to say this right off the bat. Vince can act however he wants to act, you fuckers.
This is his show. This is his show.
If you bully him, he's gonna leave, and then you're gonna have to listen to me and Darren, and we don't know what the fuck.
Oh my god, the show will suck.
Stop bullying him.
I'd listen to that show, though.
The show did suck. Vince luckily was like, I have a way for this show to not suck.
I do think the best thing we've created as the show was the video we made introducing Vince, which was we made a parody of the hat tilt videos, and we like put a lot of work into it, and like we wouldn't announce. We knew you were going to join the podcast for like a month, but we wouldn't announce it because we wanted to make this video. I think that's my favorite thing we've made since we started doing the show.
Do you remember though how like worried we were? We were like, are people going to get it? Like, and then we put it out, and everyone was like, "Fuck yeah!" And I was like. Is it because of me or the video? Because the video was pretty fucking
People just love a good hat video.
Yeah, it was a good video.
If someone find the video link and put it in the chat so people can watch it, it was very, very cool. It was like a good video. Shout out to Kevin Mead for shooting and directing it. And the
best in the game.
It was great. Vince can't win. Let Vince live.
That should put that on a t-shirt.
Let Vince live.
A lot of hashtag Vince in.
Leave Vince alone.
Hashtag hire Vince has been replaced with Vince in.
You know what I think it is? And Alberto, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it.
It was funny.
It was very funny.
It was a good platform for a joke.
I'll say I do think it's because you once worked for the team. Any people like take your opinion as if it's like part of the team in a weird way where they're like, oh, well, I like, we can be meaner to him because he's associated with the team. I don't know. Like, they're not this mean to us.
I do generally kind of laugh
sometimes
when people are like, Vince,
you guys are kind of mean.
If you were meaner,
the commenters are mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, but I do find it comical that they're like, you're part of the problem. Like if you were negative, then the ownership would understand and they would do the things we want them to do, as if like, don't get me wrong. I mean, I have talked to people on the ownership. They don't give a shit about what I say though. Like, and they never have. Like, even when I worked for the team.
Thank you, Lisa, for the super chat. I love Vince. I think we all agree. If you love Vince, make sure you send a super chat.
No, don't. But thank you, Lisa.
Thank you so much. Okay, there's a couple of other star chats I want to get to before I give the really big news.
You are
no,
so
Darren,
overselling it.
it's really big. And people are
Stick around,
really happy that
stick
they stuck around.
Don't touch that dial.
Chanot felt like the closest. This is from Andres. Chanot felt like the closest we have to a Chiellini presence in the back. I agree. That's why I'm fucking devastated that we might lose him again. Hopefully he's fine and it was precautionary, but I don't know. Symptoms returning in your first game ain't a great sign.
Yeah. Also, he got the ship kicked. Like, it's crazy that he was out for that reason for so long, and then like there weren't a lot of other guys getting hit in the head multiple times that game. Like, that's fucking crazy.
It is a position where it happens, a chronic thing. Like, and so that's why it is scary. But I would say, I think it's scary and we're right to be worried about him again, as a player and as a person, but also, you know, it's one of those weird things where like he could feel better in the next couple of days and he could be okay. You know, it's just too soon to tell. So, but it is worrying that's one of those things where it's not like, oh, you pulled your hamstring and then now you rolled your ankle. No, this is legit, like borderline life or death type thing. Like this is quality of life we're talking about.
Concussions are really weird because I had one where I've had two in my life, one where I hit my head really hard and one where I didn't. And the one where I didn't really hit it that hard was much worse afterwards. It's just almost
it's the
random.
Angle and the location.
Yeah.
I
it was my second one.
I once got a concussion because I was crossing the street and slipped on a snowbank and hit my head.
Oh.
It was a really clumsy one.
Yeah,
but I also hit
your head.
I hit my head in a million soccer games and it wasn't as bad.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
It's bad that it's so dangerous because hitting their head is really funny. It's always funny.
Physically and visually, like it was great shtick. I was doing like bonked. Great. Yeah.
It's very good on The Simpsons. It always works.
Yeah. Like a nice little bonk. Thank you for the super chat, Kal-El Chance. Happy Foot, Tom Bogert is dolo out. That's funny. I didn't listen to Soccer Wise. Maybe it was after. I didn't want to listen to any fucking media about the Miami game, but it's very possible that on Soccer Wise he said that. That's very funny. Well, Tom Bogert, he won't tell anybody what happened with Bruce Arena.
Travis has tried, of course.
I've been banging down that door for a year. I've even asked him when I know he's had a few drinks. Can't get it out of him. He's a steel trap, Tom Bogert.
That's how you get to where he is.
And Miss Bones also wants to know where is she on the caller leaderboard after tonight. I think she's got to be number one.
Well, no. Here's the truth. Here's the truth, Miss Bones. We don't have a caller leaderboard. We have a list. We go the opposite direction.
We did have a caller leaderboard.
You do well.
I
have a list.
I'm struggling to remember the origin of this bit.
There was one night where I said that I have a list where I rank the callers of where I like them.
Right. Okay.
Because people were saying that I didn't like Daniel. I was like, Daniel's definitely not my least favorite caller. And then I said there's a ranking.
Got it. Okay.
I think Miss Bones got to be number one because she's the only one who got the sign on, but it wasn't as a caller, right? That changes things. It's not a caller thing.
It wasn't a caller act.
Ooh, okay.
It wasn't.
But if you could procure the three of us the same like Bones zip up suit, so that we could all be like quadruplets and go together, then we could talk.
That would be great. Get Timu on it before the tariffs.
My kids do have that as pajamas.
Whoa, you have baby bones too. All right. Anything else we want to talk about from the game before I drop the bombshell news?
No, do it. I think everyone's
no one's even interested.
The tease has gone on long enough. I think.
Well, it is sufficiently teased in a way that it is deeply uninteresting. So here is the. This
is also like I don't know that we can say that this is definitely true. This is just.
Allegedly.
The best rumor we've heard.
Wait, I
I
said the word allegedly off the top. We're cleared of all. We're absolved of any kind of legal
Great.
trouble here because we
Yes.
said allegedly.
And we have a lot of lawyers in the Discord, weirdly, so they could help us.
We kind of do.
The lobbing scorchers with
Guys, tell
with
us if we need
Nips,
to shut up.
it is the best caller of all time.
That might be
was
the best call of all time.
Lobbing
yeah.
scorchers hiding near a garbage
At
can after losing
Starfire.
to us.
Yeah.
And then in the background we go, is that Danny Tune? Shirtless, like I didn't even know.
Yeah, and then him asking Noah if Noah needed a ride home.
Okay,
I
so
think
this is
also
this
he
is-
recognized Noah.
No,
From
I
the
don't think-
background of his
no.
shirt, no?
I think he was with people. Then he was called over, realized what was happening, and realized it was Noah.
Got it.
But
okay.
there was a completely random interaction in which we saw Two Nips in the background. It's been a while since we've seen Two Nips. Not a lot of Two Nip games this season.
Yeah, not a tune-up
Um,
season.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I'm about to grow the game, everyone.
Okay.
This is the text I was sent. It does not have all the details, but this is secondhand. Don't know if this is true. Allegedly.
This was on Telegram.
This I got on Telegram, so you know
Okay.
it's legit.
Yeah.
I don't know like exactly what he said, but the term I was told was, quote, old guy jokes, that he probably sincerely meant no harm by. But like that they were jokes you really, really can't say anymore. I think they were regarding the Latin American countries that many of the players hail from. So he made what seemed like racist jokes that a man of his age maybe didn't realize were racist. But it was about, according to this person, and it's all alleged, about Latin American countries that many players on many teams in Major League Soccer play for.
Well, I mean, Joseph Martinez is from Venezuela, Chicho Arango's from Colombia, Christian Espinosa's from Argentina. I'm sure it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
So there's we don't know exactly. We still want to know exactly what was said and what the process was like. But the closest thing to a clear rumor we've got is that it was a racist remark. I think there are a lot of people who thought it was probably a sexual remark. So now we know it's a racial remark. And this is how we grow the game, everyone. We demand it for a year and a half.
I want to stress, Travis says this is the closest to that we've gotten, and we have dug. We've been doing lots of digging.
I don't think
lots
there's
of
been a
avenues
person
explored.
I haven't asked directly who I think might know. Like if I have interactions with someone, I'll ask them. It's not just something on the podcast. I really want to know.
Yeah, this is actually a personal quest of Travis's. Actually, I'm surprised that he even cares to share it. He doesn't even care to share. I thought he would never share it with you because I thought he would just find it and then it would be like Lord of the Rings and you would turn in a Gollum because it'd be a secret that you would just hold so tight.
I think what it is it speaks to more so than like when people talk about quality of play. The fact that no one cares enough to report it is what's infuriating to me. Not the well, okay, he shouldn't be racist. I'll say that, but
close second.
It says something about the league and the journalists around the league and the way the culture perceives the league and the sports world at large that the former coach of the U.S. national team, maybe one of the best known people in U.S. soccer history, can get fired for something inappropriate, and we don't know what it was a year and a half later. And if it happened in the NBA, we would know 2 hours later. It would be a Low Post, a Zach Lowe podcast emergency all about it, where everyone knows exactly what happened, right? So it makes me feel
that's
like
where we need to get to.
Yes, we need to get to, we know the intricate details of all these people's lives and why they were fired, and that's when we will be an official important league in this country.
I think Luke's comment here that you're showing on the screen right now is maybe why it says Bruce's old racist, shocking. And I wonder if that's maybe why people if there's any like actual journalists that did know or knew confidently enough, but felt like there isn't a story there, they might have been like, well, it's not enough of a story because it's not like.
Of course it's a story.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with this. Yes. Because they're like, well, like no one's going to be surprised. Everyone will probably assumed that he's like out of touch in that way. but that's still a problem. That's
Okay.
still not okay to do.
Amanda, I will give you $200
Oh,
if
no.
you find out.
Travis, you
What-
said 200.
I know this
You
is
did it
worth
again.
$200. I'll give you $200 if you could find me, if you can confirm the exact details of what happened with Bruce Arena and his like assistant coach or whatever. There was something weird going on there too.
It was his assistant coach that reported him.
Yeah.
We do know that for sure. Is that
yeah.
something that we do
Who
know
has
for
been
sure?
his assistant coach like forever and ever, and he
which
actually
makes me
coached
wonder
him.
if a player came to him and said it makes me uncomfortable, and then he had to go for it. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Amanda,
We're trying to
the
connect
floor
dots.
is yours. Daniel says Brooklyn is diverse, though. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of racist people in Brooklyn, Daniel. I lived there for a long time. Just want you to know that. Lisa, $1.99. Thank you, Travis. No problem. No problem. It was
Diversity,
truly nice.
famously, diversity breeds zero conflict.
All right.
Everyone's always cool.
Well, that was a show, right?
That's exactly
I
how
will
I feel
say-
about the game.
Complete lack of Dolo out comments tonight.
Whoa.
Interesting. We didn't see a single Dolo. No, there was one at
I
the
saw
very
a
top.
few.
There was
Yeah,
a
I saw a
couple,
few.
yeah.
Yeah, there was some few.
But I mean, you got to stay consistent, y'all. Why aren't you flooding our? I guess they're over at Counterpress. We told them to go over there.
They listened for once.
They said me out.
She's manifesting it. She's manifesting it. Amanda's manifesting it. All right, we'll see. Well, we're back next week. Only one game from now until a long time from now.
Wow.
So this is
a
great.
wonner.
We got a preview episode. Oh, we got a super chat late coming in from Mikey. Dolo
All right.
out.
All right, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
All right. And then
Whoa, Dolo lookalike competition in. Can we set up a Dolo lookalike competition? I think we're the people that should be doing that.
yeah.
Anyone's gonna do it, it's us.
I hope someone has a half zip. He's or like a grimace and a fleece.
Yeah.
He's a bomber today. Come on.
A bomber.
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
sorry.
Or just like a t-shirt.
Winning fixes everything, and I think that's true. It's one of those things where like two things we know we care about as fans: exciting soccer and winning. And even when we win and we don't have exciting soccer, we get annoyed. I think today was exciting, even when it was sloppy, and so it was a good night.
Wasn't sound, but it was exciting.
Yes, it was not our best win, but it was a win that was fun. So I was happy to watch, and I'm happy to hang out with all of you tonight. Thank you so much for your super chats and your Patreon. If you like the show, make sure you're subscribing and you hit the thumbs up. If you're watching right now and you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. It makes me feel good inside. It like really does. So please do it. And Vince will tell you that he loves you personally.
Yeah,
after
I
you
actually do that. I do that offline.
Hold out hope for it, folks.
I will say LAFC Vet has been Dolo out since the day Dolo was hired. So you're consistent. So thank you. Like the day after we won MLS Cup, you really wanted him gone. All right. We'll see you. We'll see you for the preview episode later this week and the post game. I'll be in Vegas, but we're doing a post game. And then the one following that, the week following that, not next week, but the weekend after, no post game. So I think that's St. Louis.
Yes.
We will not be having a post game in 2 weeks. So just, gird your loins. Everyone's going to have to make do. Maybe find a bar that you can all yell at each other in, but we're not going to be here in 2 weeks. But
Is that game's at BMO, right?
yes. Yeah, that's the one we were giving.
Everyone
tickets
go to
away
that
for.
game.
Yeah, go to that game. Don't worry about us.
Go to the game.
All right. Hit subscribe. We love you. That's bullshit. No preview 2 weeks from now. That we're giving you 2 weeks notice. That's fucking bullshit.
Oh, wait, Travis, you skipped this one. That was an important one.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that's important.
People are always mad at us, but we also love physical compliments. So if you can give us that instead, physical compliments instead of insults is a really good way
I think
to
the
think
bottom
about.
line here is we're frail and pathetic.
All right, let's
speak for
get outta
yourself,
here.
bro.
Yeah, I'm so strong, I might have torn a bicep. We'll talk soon. Bye.
I love you. Bye.
All right, love you. Bye. I said talk soon. Bye.
Yeah,
What's got into me?
Talk soon.
Okay,
Talk
please
soon. Talk
advise.
soon.